What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Piccolo, and I'm back with a video. About to drop a senzu bean, if you know what I mean. Anyway, YouTube, what's cracking, y'all? I just felt like dropping a green pill. Anyway, recently today, well, actually yesterday, on my YouTube recommendation feed, I saw uh a list of personality types, and I figured, you know what? Let me check out which one is mine. And it honestly took me a while to figure it out because I had to find out what each personality type sort of represents, what each letter does, and stuff like that. And once I combined it, then I had at least around three options that could sort of relate to who I was and who I currently am. So first I had to determine whether I was an extrovert or an introvert. Well, that part was pretty easy because I honestly believe everyone in the Red Pill Manosphere who's MGTOW or IBMOR is an introvert. There are a few that might be extroverts, like maybe Darius, but other than that, I think everyone is introvert. So you know, whether I was an introvert or extrovert was pretty easy. So I was clearly an introvert. So that first part was done. Next, I had to determine the difference between sensor and intuitive. Now, that part was tricky because I didn't know which function worked for which until I realized, sensor are more facts and detail oriented. So they look at things for what they are. And intuitives, they more see things as more patterns and they see things more creatively and more abstractly. So for me, I tend to take things for what they are. I have a model, it is what it is. So for me, sensor was the second part. Now, the next part was thinking. Was I a thinker or a feeler? That was a bit more tricky because I had to sort of delve into it and, you know, really, I had to take a questionnaire to figure this one out. So thinking, they tend to plan everything they do. They think like sort of 10 steps ahead. They sort of approach things like a game of chess. And feelers, they're more on the whim. And how they feel right now is how they're gonna go about it. And me, it was hard for me to pick between the two because at one point, yeah, I am more feely. I do things because I feel like doing things. But at the same time, when I think of things, I just sort of think of it in the long term, like how this affect my future. So, but overall, I did go with feelings. And last but not least, judger and perceiver. So, judger is basically unorganized, stick to the plan type of guy, and follow rules and whatnot. And perceiver, they just tend to be a little bit more bendable and flexible and uh, tend to be a bit more spontaneous and I mean not in a reckless way, but they just go things uh, on a whim basically. And I was a perceiver, so I in total I was ISFP. And you can feel free to look that personality type. And like for me, it's between ISFP or ISTP. But yeah, that's what I'm stuck between currently. So I honestly encourage you guys to sort of check what your personality type is so you can sort of know yourself a bit better. I mean, if y'all don't think this is legit, then you don't have to take it that seriously. It's not like, I mean, I take it more seriously than astronomy, which is basically based on the month you were born on, which has no correlation to your personality whatsoever. But yeah, and another factor is that your personality can change with growth. Now, I remember during my blue pill days, I was more of a INFP. Like I was more of a sympathizer, a shoulder to cry on, basically a simp. But I sort of stopped being delusional. And I had to, when I ate those red pills, I got hit with harsh reality. And when I kept getting hit with harsh reality after harsh reality, I just stopped, you know, stopped thinking idealistically and started thinking realistically. I just sort of took things for what they are. And that just sort of changed me as a person. So yeah, man, I'm gonna leave a link to the website where you could take the test, where you could check what your personality type is, or you could just look at my thumbnail and check for yourself. But I'm gonna leave a website anyway. And also on the comment section, feel free to comment what your personality type is. I have a feeling that most of you are extroverts. So yeah, man, I like to get to know all my subscribers, all three of y'all, like Birdman says. But anyway, leave a like, comment on your personality type, subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back with more content. Peace.